JLRock Women of Action Figure channel, and we're here with another action figure unboxing and review. Thank you for watching the channel. Please give me a like, sub, all that stuff, because it really helps the algorithm, as I am on a journey to collect some of my favorite female characters that I like, whether it was the character itself, the actress that played them, just different things like that. I just thought it'd be cool to have a dedicated channel to the awesome women of action figures, and I am happy because I got this a while ago and I've been dying to get it, and it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Interest Storm. That's it. Oh, story, I'm sorry. Mutant Interest Story with April O'Neil. And it says NECA, but let me put a little spoiler here. I went back to AliExpress again, and look, at this point, I really don't know what I'm going to call a knockoff or not. I'm just going to leave that up to the people to decide. I know that there's a lot of things that are definitely knockoffs. I also know that there's some things that are seconds. Now, the NECA toys are usually much more expensive. I only paid $29.92 for this one. So I'm going to let you decide, because I'm already happy to have this as part of my collection, but let's take a look and see if you'll be happy to have it as part of yours. Let's check them out. Alright, so as I said, this is the AliExpress version, and one of the reasons why I always think that it's probably a knockoff, not just the price, because I mean, like, when I bought it, it said $86.66 was the price, which no one was buying that for that price on AliExpress. And then it says 65% off, and then I paid $29.92, plus I had a couple of coupons, so I think it ended up being like $25 or something like that. So, I mean, that's a lot cheaper than if you bought this from like an Amazon or one of your favorite online outlets. And it's kind of interesting too, because like when you go to actually purchase it, it doesn't say like April O'Neil or TMNT or anything like that. It actually says yellow clothed female reporter version 2. Oh no, and then actually it does say TMNT action figure. And then it says, it's weird because it says statue and then it says collection model toy 7 gifts. I swear Temu and AliExpress, they love those long names. Now for me, I don't really mind if it's a knockoff or if it has some imperfections. For me, I just thought this was cool and I did not want to pay 50-60 bucks for this. So just you know, straight away, one of the things that I will say is I always critique AliExpress for how they send boxes, because I always tell people that if you're a box collector, you're probably not going to want to purchase from AliExpress, because most of the time the box is going to come jacked up, and you know, they'll give you money back, they'll give you a refund. I've never had any problem with any of that. But you know, if you're a box collector, it's probably not going to come in that good shape. But in this case, it is not bad. I mean, first of all, just the fact the box looks really good, because I've seen, look at that cat here. I've seen the, you know, the legit or whatever version, and the box is pretty much the same. So you can see here, and like, even like the way it looks here, like sometimes with the knockoff boxes, like it'll look like extra cheap. Now, obviously, there's people out there who they're like really honed in on this kind of stuff. I'm not. So maybe someone who watches this video looks at this and be like, oh, look in the corner, the way that font is, that's clearly a fake. Okay, then thank you. I'm more than willing to learn that kind of stuff from the audience, because that's not me. For me, usually when it's like a fake or something, like it just looks like jacked up, and like this just looks good. It does not look like a lot of their other knockoffs. And then inside, I mean, just look at that presentation. I mean, that's beautiful. Again, I've watched some reviews about this toy before, because I was thinking about paying a little bit higher than that. And it looks just like that. And you see all the accessories. I mean, it even has a little Velcro here and all that. So that's sweet. But, you know, we're not here to do box looking. We're here to do unboxing. So let's get this thing open. But just gotta say that I'm already happy. And then the accessories and all that, I mean, that's another thing that just got me hyped. So let's get her out. And it's really cool, because I usually have not been one to be like, oh, I need to keep the box, and I'm not gonna keep this one. But I do like that they have more backgrounds, because I am starting to play around with using backgrounds in the picture, and it looks like this one's like, it looks like it might be a little sealed in the box, so I may not take it out just now. But I mean, that's pretty cool, because I mean, you can easily put it back in there. And technically, if you just wanted to have this as kind of like a diorama thing, you could still take the picture through the glass, but I guess you could get some kind of reflection depending on how it is. Or just, you know, the little dust and stuff on there. So, but I'm pretty sure you can remove this. It looks like it can, but like when I pulled on it, maybe at the bottom it's sealed. So that could be a thing, I'm not sure. But let's get to the figure itself. So as I said, I mean, that's just looking sweet. Like I said, I just like all the accessories, because I have the, oh my goodness, now I forgot. I think it's I have the smaller version of April O'Neil, and I think the 5-inch version, and I really like that. Loyal Subjects, I think it was Loyal Subjects April O'Neil, and I thought that that was really cool. But I wanted to get like a more larger size that can scale well, because most of my figures that I was collecting is like around 6 inches. So that one didn't scale that well for that. Oh, well, see, now, let's see, is that a break or a fall? So that's one of the things about, oh, it looks like it's just a fall off. That's one of the things that they always talk about whenever you're getting anything, you know, from AliExpress, is that there could be some quality issues. And that's something that I know full well coming into that. So that, I think that just slipped off. But the fact that, because I'm seeing now, no, it looks like maybe in shipping. We'll play around with that and see, but I think now I put it back on right. Oh, no, maybe not. So that could be a thing right there. Maybe this is just loose on the end here. But you see, like, it does fit back in, but then it falls off. But I mean, look, to be honest with you, even something like that, I can work around it. I'll see if it's just a matter of maybe having this be tighter, like get this better on the ball joint here. Because it doesn't look like there's something specifically broken. I'm trying to see if there's something broken here. Doesn't seem so. But that's some of the risk. Like, honestly, I haven't had a lot of issues like that. And the figure itself feels good. So we'll go over the accessories in just a second. But since this had the little issue in the beginning, we'll focus more on the figure itself to start with. But like I said, it's getting close. The figure feels fine. And we're, you know, I'm going to put it through the motions just to see. I mean, like the joints on the arm, it started off stiff, but then it moves. So, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it could just be where there was a quality issue with that. And that could just be maybe one of the reasons why it's cheap as well. I mean, you can see, like, around here on the leg, you know, there's always things that you can look for like that. Like, it could be paint, like, look here on the feet. So where you would bend the foot, but that seems good. So let's go one by one through the articulation. So I mean, that's one thing right there. Like, you see, like, look at that flake that comes off. So that could be one of those things to take into consideration. For me, like, as long as the whole thing isn't just broken, or if it doesn't just look horrible, I'm still have no problem with it. But that's for each person to decide. But I can just say that, yeah, like, when I first do the move, it's to move, like, the foot there, you can see, like, there's peeling. So look at that. So it looks like that could just be the way it, like, when they put it together, so it wasn't actually moved. So then when you first move it, you get that falling off, but doesn't seem like it's messed up. I mean, you see what you can do with the foot, but I'm trying to see, let's get in super close. But you see that, right? So so far it doesn't seem like it's broken the foot, but you can see, like, that's clear, like, an issue right there. So I mean, that's the thing, that I want to be straight up honest, that just because I like something and I might be okay with this or that, it's up to you to decide if you would be okay with that. So there's some flaking right there. And then let's see, like the knee, same thing. Like look, when you bend the knee here, it does feel like it's not bending the same. Like this one seems better, but it looks like, you see, like you have that flake here too. So again, that's a quality thing where you have the flake. So this is actually the first figure that I've had that's like done like that much. So I mean, like that's a problem here, because this feels weak. Like this doesn't feel like your regular double joint. Like especially on this leg, that feels like that could break, like if you start bending the leg right there. So that's definitely an issue. And we've already talked about having the hip issue. Let's see the arms. So it looks like, is it the same thing here? I mean, like you see there, again, you have, I mean, this doesn't feel like it's gonna break to me, but we'll see. And you can switch out the hands, but that's also another thing that you question. Like whenever you come across some issues with it, you're gonna wonder, okay, are the hands gonna end up breaking when you try to switch them out or something like that? I mean, obviously you can turn them around, you can rotate the wrist there too. I mean, that doesn't feel like that's gonna break. Let me try this one. I mean, again, it feels stiff though, but you see, like this one, like it looks like, again, like here, like on the edge here, like that looks like all like this one. So honestly, this is probably the first one that I've gotten from AliExpress that really had like a lot of issues that I've been able to just pick up on right away, where I'm like, that's a little scary. So I mean, the arms, that feels fine. The ab crunch and waist, I mean, that seems fine, at least for now. And then the head's a little loose. I mean, and then you can see there some issues with the paint as well. So definitely not perfect. So I mean, again, it's possible that someone else could get another version of April O'Neil and it doesn't have these issues. It's possible that they won't. I mean, like the hip movement here is fine. Let me try this again. Okay, it didn't fall off yet. This looks like, again, another issue with the paint here. So I have to say, like, this is the first one that I've had like these many like glaring issues with it, that I'm like, I mean, on the back you have, again, like paint issue here. So I mean, all these things, and then you can see again where the back of the legs issue. So this is why, like, I show all this stuff, because there's been times where I've gotten action figures from AliExpress and I've had no problem. It seems like they're just as good as the real thing. This definitely not so, but I mean, again, I'm not hating it or angry yet. We'll see if all of a sudden, you know, because of the issues like down here and stuff like that, if this ends up just flaking and falling apart. But you can just see there the issues there. So I mean, maybe that's why in the description it says PVC statue, because they don't want you to use too much action figures on it. I mean, the face looks pretty decent. I mean, underneath, again, underneath here at the hair, that looks, you know, there's issues there. So I mean, there's it's not perfect. Let's just put it like that. It definitely is not perfect. So let's look at the accessories here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I mean, accessories, you would think that wouldn't be a problem, but we'll see. So we got just all this stuff. Wait, so is this? I'm just looking because, oh, I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute, how did they do this? So they actually just have it like another piece of plastic here. I'm trying to find, oh, the tape is down here. What do I do with my, oh, my blade? I dropped my blade. Okay. So there's more tape down here that separates Scroll down so you can see. So down here, if you can see, so you take this off and just gonna do a dump. You can see all the different pieces here. And I'm curious, especially like switching the head, like what issue am I gonna run into? Because before, like when I would have some of these other figures from AliExpress, it didn't feel like it was loose or doing that flaking stuff, so I wasn't worried about switching out heads, but now I am. So this is cool, the picture here. I mean, nothing wrong with that, so I mean, that's a plus. And then you can see the hands. So I mean, the hands, you can see, like, doesn't look like anything wrong with the hands. You have different, you know, 2 thumbs up, pointing hands, open hands, more open hands, thumbs up. So that's cool. You have the plant, kind of like a little Sharper Horrors plant. Then, oh, the little turtle communicator. That's cool. Little turtle communicator. I'm assuming there's no open to it. It's kind of weird because it almost looks like, oh, wait, am I wrong? I'm kind of scared now because I'm like, there's no way this thing opens up normally. Look at that. Wow. I mean, look, it's kind of flimsy there. You can see there that's a flimsy connection there. But, I mean, it does open up. But do I feel confident that I'd be able to continue? I mean, look at that. Like here. Yeah. So, I mean, it does open up though. So, I mean, that's that. And then you have the little sound recording. I mean, that's old, losing tape like that. With the microphone on the bendy wire. I mean, that's cool. Just the fact that you can do the bendy wire with it. That's cool. I mean, doesn't look like anything wrong with that. Then you have like the regular channel 6 microphone. Channel 6 is kind of weird. Looks kind of like a weird G. So that's strange. Another plant. Then little alien guy. And then we have the camera. The 6 seems a little bit better on this camera. A little bit. Then the trap piece. So this hinge feels better. I'm trying to see, like, do I get that same flaking I got with bending the leg? It doesn't look so. So I mean, that seems okay. And then got the little figurine statue here. And then the book, the hare and the tortoise. That one does not open. I don't know, I really like getting books. Like, I love when I get like a sorcerer's book or something. That's cool. And then we have the different heads. So we got this head here. You can see underneath. And then we have the kidnapped one, which is just, I don't know why, but just having like the restraint kidnap head is just, I don't know, it's strange to me. It's just strange. I don't know. So I mean, look, now we get to test something. We see if there's like an issue with switching the head out. All right, so that wasn't hard to do. So you can see the ball joint there. You see, like, I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen. Like, you see how, oh, look at it. Oh, well, maybe. I guess so. I mean, you would think no, because, like, why do you need to take this off? So that's kind of strange. I mean, oh, yeah. So, oh, well, see, so that's another thing. I mean, honestly, this is the first one I've had I've never had one from AliExpress with this many issues. But, you know, I want to show you straight up what can possibly happen. So, I mean, it looks like, I mean, yeah. Is this something that's like break it, you know, like it would just ruin it? No. I mean, I could if I don't, I don't really see any need to remove that. So I mean, I can just go ahead and put some glue on that and fix that. So I mean, look, I mean, unfortunately, it's not going to hold now. Like now, it's going to be like that. But I could put some crazy glue there. So I mean, at least it feels like once you switch the heads, that's not a problem. Like the head itself will hold on, but yeah. But I mean, now it's headless horseman. So let's see what happens with the hands. I mean, man, this is just crazy. So this one. Okay, so, I mean, that is not supposed to happen either. So, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, looks like this one is a bust. I'm gonna have to put this in the bust category because, I mean, look what happened. I mean, that's not supposed to happen, and you can see, I mean, it's supposed to just, it's both hands, so that's not supposed to happen with that. So let me see. I think that basically, I mean, yeah. So I mean, that is just that's not good. So I mean, unfortunately, so I mean, you're gonna have that hand good. So I mean, you can put, let me see, open hand in. I mean, that's in, but let's see if I was to pull it back out, does the same thing happen? Okay, so that didn't happen this time, but I mean, like you can see, you can see like that flaking and stuff. So I mean, it looks like it's just cheap as far as the plastic or whatever they're using here. So I mean, unfortunately, in that case, yeah. So I rather just be, honest with what you can end up with, and most of the time I haven't had issues with these, but we did this time. I mean, like, even when even putting this one in, like, that just feels strange. So, I mean, the good thing about AliExpress is, with something like this, you can definitely take this, and you can let them know that, hey, this thing isn't broken, and they will let you return it. So, I mean, that's not a problem, especially, you have to check when you're on AliExpress. I usually buy from companies under the Choice platform because that way you're able to make sure that you really have it easy delivery, easy price adjustment, free shipping over $10, and free returns. I think it's up to 30 or 60 days, something like that. I have to double check. But yeah, so I mean, this overall, unfortunately, a disappointment, because at first it looked really cool. You saw the box, you saw everything, but then after that, I mean, everything just started falling apart after that. So I mean, like, just the fact that you have that, I mean, just look. I mean, it just looks like whatever adhesive or whatever they used didn't work. So I mean, you can still make it functional. Once I super glue that's fine. But then now you're thinking about, well, do I ever want to switch out the hands? And you're still paying $30 for this. So that's the part. It's one thing if you got this for like $5, but you pay up to $30 for a figure, and it's doing it has all these issues on it. Plus the fact, like, I didn't even want to go and try out the double joints down here or anything like that, because I'm afraid that if I break the legs like that, that's kind of game over, because that's going to be harder to fix. I mean, it does stand, kind of. Of course, as soon as I say that, it tips over, because that's how it works. But I mean, that's it. So I can't, unfortunately, this is the first time that I would say that I'm not happy to have this as part of my collection, because in this case, AliExpress failed me. So I'd like to know if anyone has got this version from AliExpress, and did I just get one of the bad ones? Because I did see reviews on this before I bought it. And, of course you will have some people that say it's flimsy, and they'll have someone, there was a picture where they had it swapped out in all different types of, the accessories they had. And there's like, hey, just like the real thing. And then there was also a 1-star where it showed it in like pieces. So just be aware that that's what you can run into when you buy from AliExpress. So for this one, unfortunately, you know, I'm gonna take, where's her thumb? Like I'm gonna take the thumb here. I'm gonna do thumbs down because this one, I am definitely not happy to have it as part of my Women of Action figure collection. Thanks so much for watching, and we really need your help to grow this channel. We want to spread these awesome Women of Action figures all around YouTube, and you know how the algorithm is. So you got to do the things that everybody asks for, but we really need it, and we need to have those subs, we need to have those likes, and hit that notification button, because that's the only thing that lets YouTube know that this content is worth it. But I do either way appreciate you for watching, and also those comments are good too. And what I want to ask is that if you know of a woman action figure, a female action figure that I should be looking at, whether I can find it cheap or otherwise, cheaper the better, because I'm still the % off collector. Let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to add that to the collection and add another video. But until next time, thanks a lot.